Hi, and welcome to some helpful hints on buying jeans. Now, loads of my clients find it really difficult to buy jeans, and it seems to be a common thing where most people want a pair of jeans, a great pair of jeans that fit well, that look great, that feel $1 million in, but they really struggle to find them for various reasons. So I'm hoping that this might help a little bit. I'm going to talk about 3 things to do with jeans. The first is sizing. The second is the shape of the jeans. And the third is stuff about jeans that you might find helpful. First up, sizing. So this is where most people go wrong right off the bat. If you get the wrong size jeans, and by this I mean most people walk into a shop, they put on a pair of jeans, they feel comfortable in them, they look great in the shop, they walk away, straight away that's the first problem, because you probably bought the jeans too big. Now, people find it quite difficult to go into a shop and take the advice of someone like myself, where I say you must leave that shop with them feeling uncomfortably tight. And I mean uncomfortably tight. Most jeans, probably 98% of jeans, have a whole ton of elastine in them, and they are going to stretch, and this is a minimum of half a size. So I say to people, you need to go down half a size if possible. Places like Jeans West do sizing, so they say 10, 11, 12, 13, so they do go up that half a size. So next time you go in, I want your first port of call to be, take a size down. I want you to struggle into them, there needs to be groaning and grunting and all sorts going on, and if they feel uncomfortably tight, that is the pair to go with. Now, I once did a survey to ask people how long it took them to stretch it out so that they were then comfortable, and people said between 3 to 5 wears. So what I suggest is that you, as much as this sounds really uncomfortable, is you go home and you put them on after work while you're making dinner, okay, and stretch them out 3 to 5 times during that first week, and then they should stretch out to that first half a size, okay? Now, even when you wash them, they're never going to shrink back to that whole half a size, okay? Yes, they do get a little bit tighter when you wash them, but never that half size. So if you put the time in, then you are going to reap the rewards of a great fit pair of jeans. The second thing I'm going to talk about is style of jeans. Now, which style do you get? Look, there's been so many styles around. Most of them have been skinny. So for the woman that has a larger upper body or any type of thighs, she's felt that she couldn't wear slimmer jeans because she then narrows herself down like this. So yes, the boot cut is still a really good option. Why is it a good option? It's because that little flick at the bottom of the jean counterbalances thighs and bigger upper bodies. So the boot cut jean is still great. Now, fashion comes in and out. There are still boot cuts around, but there is an option also of the slim boot cut, and that's also very popular. So it's not completely flicking down at the bottom, but it does have some. Also, another option is a straight leg jean. That can be really, really good for the person, again, that feels that they don't want that tapering down at the bottom. Another problem people find with buying jeans, this is an age-old problem, is smaller waist and larger bottom and thighs mean that it may fit at the waist, but then it doesn't fit around the thighs, or it fits beautifully around the thighs, and you've got that big gape at the back. So my advice to that is the jean cannot do those two things at the same time. I mean, there just aren't that many jeans around that actually do that and solve that problem. So my suggestion to you is you need to go slightly lower with your jeans. And what this means is if the jean sits at the top rise of your top of your bottom, all it's doing is having to deal with the bottom and the thighs, okay? It's not encompassing up the waist as well. A lot of people think, oh, I don't like the idea of low riders. I'm not talking about low, but I am talking about probably slightly lower than where you've got them so you don't get that gap. I also tell people, hey, look, if you feel uncomfortable being slightly lower, tuck a singlet in, put your top on over the top. I mean, the top should be long enough anyway so that even if you bend over, there's not a problem. But that's one way of being able to solve that dilemma of not fitting at the waist and not fitting at the thighs. Lastly, a few more bits of advice on buying some jeans. What we want to talk about now is which colour. So people say to me, if I'm only going to have one pair, what would it be? So if we're going with traditional denims, then it would be a dark denim, okay? Why is that? It's because it looks a bit smarter, so it can be dressed up and it can be dressed down. Everybody should have a pair of darker denims. And that way they can wear them to the casual Friday, they can wear them out dressed up with a really, really nice top, say a sparkly top for drinks or dinner. And they can also wear them casually, so that's not a problem. If you wanted to have two pairs, then this is when I would say go for another pair, and with that, go for a wash. So if you had a wash pair, which can be your casual pair, and you can have a slightly smarter pair, which is your darker denim, you've pretty much covered all your jean bases as such. People say to me that do like to buy boot cuts that are slightly shorter. Well, what do I do? Because when I get them hemmed and I get them taken up, I lose that boot cut. Well, the answer to this dilemma is you need to buy a flare. Flares start to become larger from the knee, whereas boot cuts actually have that little kick out more near the ankle. If you buy a flare cut jean and you shorten it, you essentially are making a boot cut. So for any of you out there that struggle with that dilemma, I hope that helps you. Go out, try and find yourself a pair of flares, have them hemmed, you will then essentially have a boot cut. So that about sums up some of my hints for buying jeans. Good luck. I know it can seem quite daunting. There are those jeans out there for everyone. Don't forget the style. Don't forget a shape that flatters your body shape. And don't forget to have them altered if you do need to have them altered. Thanks again, guys, and I'll talk to you again soon.